Hello, today is April 13, 2022. Let's update the Ukraine war. First, let's still go to Mariupol. For the Mariupol, the Russian Defense Ministry is saying last night there are over 100 Ukraine soldiers trying to break out from the Iliac factory. This is the second factory here. And the soldier and use about 4 armored vehicle and trying to break through the defense of the Russian, and they were being defeated, and all the soldier was either killed or being captured. There is video I can show you here. Not this one, it's another one. Yeah, this one. This one say more than 1,000 soldiers surrender in Mariupol. But I think this is kind of exaggeration. The room is the crowd in this room is much less than 1,000. And it's even less than last time we have about like 500 surrender. This is more look like a few hundred, right? That one was much less. But nevertheless, we have other surrender as well coming here. And there are several other video, this one, and also there is this one as well. Whatever, the Ukraine soldier basically is running very low in ammunition and food, especially in the Mariupol, where they are basically surrounded for like 47 days. In the residential area, they might have found some food in storage from the resident, but that's almost impossible when they are in the two steel factory. So I would say the two area of people are in trouble having food to eat in the two factory. We can also see the information from the two video. There is a video, the 36th Separate Marine Brigade are giving a farewell speech. They are complaining the Kiev government did not give them sufficient support. Similarly, there's another farewell letter on the official page of the 36th Marine Brigade of the Ukraine soldier. They are complaining several things very important. One of the things caught my eye is that several days ago, they tried several helicopters to bring in ammunition and resource. Most of them did not get through into this Mariupol, but some of the get in. What they bought them is 50, like a 122 millimeter gun and the ammunition. That to me is indication that the Ukraine government actually are not doing their best to support the soldier in Mariupol, because if they really trying to help, they should send in a not so high accurate missile, like the Javelin missile, the Stinger missile, right? Those missiles have very high accuracy. It's better than gun and the bomb, right? So obviously from this information we can tell the Ukraine government is not supporting them in their best effort. And also we can also see that they are not answer them for 2 weeks almost. So this soldier in Mariupol trying to beg for request, but they didn't. Their requests are ignored by the Ukraine. So I think the soldier here are kind of fair, saying they will run out of ammunition in 24 hours. So they were very good in fight of the Russian, like even though they have very little like ammunition, and they hope people can give them a good word. That's kind of farewell. I think they are certainly running very low in ammunition within 24 hours. I would say there's no surprise. There are several videos showing the soldiers are starting to surrender because there are no ammunition, and right. So they put out this farewell message later on. I think that's indication they are at their last standing. So from this we can see that's pretty much the end of the fight in Mariupol. On the other hand, we also see some information about the soldier in the port area been shrinking in size and number. Soldier they have nice control in this area. And the other two areas they pretty much limited inside the factory where they don't have the ammunition and especially food, right? There's no food in the factory. So from this we can tell that the two factory is also going to fail pretty soon. That's the basic situation in Mariupol. On the other front, the Russian did not give us any information about the territorial gain. That means Russia has no territorial gain in other place. So they indicated there are heavy fighting in Marinka, this area, and this area in here, but no progress so far. But we would take the opportunity to talk about some background information for why United Kingdom and the U.S. has a very, very strong support of the Ukraine. Part of the reason I would say is because Johnson is in historical low support of the opinion poll. Like Johnson's opinion poll have a nosedive from 40%, 45% now going to 26%, right? So it's Johnson is trying to use the Ukraine war to boost his standing. He certainly put about 1%. This is not too bad. At least going up 1% is better than continue going down. That is one of the reasons he's like in the last 2 or 3 months, Johnson has been working hard trying to fight with the Ukraine people. We can also see he came to Ukraine capital Kyiv in the last day also. We also see what is why that Biden is also working hard on the Ukraine war. We can see the opinion poll about Biden. His performance on the poll in the last week is let's see his job. Let's see the summary of his performance. I saw there is a summary. Basically, what I found is that his best performance was in the Ukraine war. Like he has about 45 opinion poll saying he did. The U.S. citizen approve his performance on the Ukraine war. Well, most other performance was pretty bad in like about 37%, 38%. So people are pretty unhappy about his job, like Biden's job performance on the president. It's like yeah, I couldn't find exactly where it is, but basically is that Biden's performance in U.S. standard is also terrible, except his performance on Ukraine war. Like he has the ranking is 45, on the Ukraine issue. Climate issue is also 43%. On the every other thing is like 37, 38. Very terrible in U.S. standard, but it's better than Johnson. So Boris Johnson and Biden are in their worst performance in UK standard or US standard. So that's one reason they are very bad and very enthusiastic to trying to use the Ukraine war to their advantage. Basically, that's their best thing they can do. Another thing is that the part of the poor performance for the two is because of gasoline price is skyrocketing compared to last year, and the energy, the car, and the electricity, food. Because once you have a fuel price increase, everything else will continue increase together with the fuel price, because that's the energy which used to produce everything else. The Biden basically limited the oil and gas drilling in the U.S. Get a very bad relationship with other two biggest oil producer, which is Saudi Arabia and Russia. So that's why he's shooting his own foot with the oil. Anyway, that's just trying to give you some background of why United States and United Kingdom are working hard on the Ukraine war as if the war is fought by the American citizen. Another ironic fact is that U.S. always try to fight the country who are surrounded big power, like Korea, Vietnam, and Afghanistan surrounding China. And Syria, Iraq, and like Libya, opposite in the camp of Iran. And then now we have Ukraine and Afghanistan surrounding Russia, right? So every time U.S. will almost get defeated in this situation. It's very natural because those countries close to big power. Big power have a bigger influence and a bigger stake, right? But like U.S. keep wasting money, wasting resource, and fighting the war, which is not United citizens want. At least I do not support the Biden go to the war in I think the war fight in Ukraine is bad for Ukraine people, bad for Russian people, bad for American people. Because why Biden trying to encourage a 10-year-old child like a Ukraine to fight a bully like a 30-year-old strongman like Russia, right? like Ukraine is 10 years old or 6 years old, why U.S. keep give them more ammunition to have to watch them to fight each other. I think they eventually what will happen is that Ukraine people will suffer tremendously. Ukraine is not going to win the war. United States is not going to win the war, and with all the ammunition and support from the West, it's only put Ukraine people to suffer more. That's my opinion. Ukraine people can be better off just to make peace with like a Russian. That's my opinion. All right, thanks for listening. And I'm kind of my opinion is similar to the Dr. Johnson Meir, from the University of Chicago. He has some video I also put on my YouTube channel. So please, if you haven't watched that, please and watch how crazy it is, this war, which doesn't make any sense for any people in United States and Russia and Ukraine. It's just a disaster.